One of the problems people with disabilities have, and I know I have in the city where I live, is a problem with curb cuts. And a lot of people don't even know what curb cuts are, and if they know what they are, they don't know what they're for. But curb cuts are a lower space on the curb that is supposed to be zero clearance for people with wheelchairs, walkers, people who use canes, so they can access the sidewalk. Now, like here, the curb cut's not too bad, but then this huge heave in the sidewalk would make it impossible for me to be able to get my wheelchair over it. So I am rolling in the street with Cody, which is actually illegal. But the law says if an available curb cut can be accessed, you have to be on the sidewalk. So technically, they really could not stop me and ticket me for being in the street, because I don't have any accessible curb cuts where I can access the sidewalk. So as you can see, all the corners along my route have no curb cuts. And even areas where I might be able to get in the grass and then access the sidewalk, I can't actually get off the sidewalk at another location. So where I could get on the sidewalk over there by going through the grass, because there's no curb cut here, you'll see I can't actually get off the sidewalk at the other end. And I've actually had this happen a couple of times. I managed to get myself on the sidewalk, went the whole entire block, and then discovered that there was no way for me to get off the sidewalk. And all along this street there used to be driveways. I don't know if you can tell how the sidewalk rolls. But this is a big problem, and it's an expensive problem, because the old curbs have to be cut and new ones poured, and usually the sidewalk in that area in a residential section is the responsibility of the homeowner. Now, this gentleman actually tried to put in a curb cut, but if you look at it, it's still not level with the ground. So I can get up on this, but it's quite a chore for my chair to do that. So I have this much of a section of the sidewalk on the entire street from my home to this corner that I can access. That's it. All the rest of the length of the street, I'm in the street. This is actually an appropriate curb cut. And so is that. So that's my problem with walking my dog or maneuvering in my community. Right now, I can't access sidewalk. And even though they've gone to the trouble on several key corners to make accessible curb cuts, I can't get to the accessible curb cuts to access them without riding in the street. So maybe next time folks are out walking, riding their bikes, and they have to step up over that curb, they'll think about, gee, you know, how does a person with a disability get around in their community? We kind of take things for granted when it doesn't affect us. Maybe this video will help people see how it can affect you. Have a great day.